Guys, today we have a very, very special guest, Brendan Schaub, the failed MMA fighter, terrible comedian, hated figure in the podcasting scene, the Rogan disciple. You guys know how Anakin was the disciple of that guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi. But let's look a little bit into Brendan Schaub's history. Let's look a little bit into his background, and let's just kind of like let's really dissect this character, Brendan Schaub. Why is he so hated? Why is this guy so hated? Specimen A, Chapter 1. He cheated on his wife. He cheated on his wife slash girlfriend. I don't even think he has a wife. He probably doesn't even have the nerve. He doesn't even have the doesn't even probably doesn't want to marry his girlfriend that he's been with for a very long time. And commitment is probably a big problem for this guy, given the fact that he's constantly cheating on her. Now, we already showed you guys that clip of Bobby Lee's girlfriend literally exposing him in that clip. He came for her so hard. So that's another thing. He constantly steals jokes from other comedians. Constantly. Constantly. And then if you look at what else is there?
You know what my favorite food is? Fajitas. I love fajitas. Do you like fajitas? You ever get those? Yeah, you do, right? They're good. Because it's more than a meal. It's very exciting. When you order a fajita, you order them, and then a couple minutes later, they bring them out, and it is loud.
I want that same feeling? I go to Chili's and order fajitas. You know what I'm talking about. You order those fajitas, it's fucking pop.
Dad is stupid. He realizes what he said was stupid, and that Joe Rogan would cancel the fuck out of him, and he has to go on below the belt and have like this pathetic apology. This fucking pathetic apology where he's just sitting there groveling, literally sitting there and groveling and thinking of ways that he can fucking appease his master, Joe Rogan. Like, literally groveling, dude. Like, it's crazy. I mean, obviously, I guess I would probably grovel too, to be honest. Like, if I'm getting that rub from Rogan, if I was getting the rub from Rogan, shit, I'd do anything to keep that going. So I understand. Like, Rogan probably sat him in a room and said, "Hey, if you don't convince people that this shit is not real, that I'm not cheating on my wife, you're done. You're never coming on the podcast again. We're not friends anymore. You're on your own, effectively." And Brendan, being Brendan, starts panicking, goes on to blow the belt, has this monologue, constantly tries to fight. I mean, he didn't even try to really, he doesn't even really have a good explanation for the lie. Like, you can just literally see right through it. At least come up with a better lie than that, Brendan. And then if you look at his MMA,
The live podcast.
Is there a lot of pressure? I mean, even for all you guys, like for example, because you've been put on by Joe Rogan and a lot of these great comics, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, like I know of your work, I know what you do, I know what people say.
Yeah.
So is there a lot of pressure for you to do better than what people expect out of you? Because a lot of people feel that you've been kind of put on a platform because a lot of people have pushed you up there to be at a certain place. Because I feel like that's a lot of pressure, right?
I don't feel the pressure.
there's so many things to talk about with this character, and it's just distasteful seeing the fact that he's even successful, even remotely successful, because he doesn't deserve any of the success that he's got. Like, well, basically, a lot of comedians have called him out on this. Like, so many comedians have basically said that he doesn't deserve the success that he's got right now. David So, Fighter and the Kid, he called out Brendan Schaub on his shit. He was like, basically, he called him out, just straight up called him out, like, to his face. And it was like, he was just just saying how it is. Like Rogan put you on. You got a lot of people feel that you've been pushed to this position. He's kind of saying David Soul is kind of implying that you don't really deserve it because you didn't get it by yourself. You kind of got pushed to that position. So he was saying it in an offhanded way, like where he was kind of protecting himself a little bit as well, because he's not just gonna say you suck as a comic. Well, he did say that. He actually did kind of imply that he sucks as a comic because he said, I also thought it was kind of a little bit early for you to do the Showtime special, which kind of implies that your Showtime special sucks. So, I mean, like, there's just so many instances here where people are just calling out Brendan Schaub on his bullshit, like right in front of his face. And then he talks up to Ariel Helwani about how he would do something to him if he was in front of him, like slap him up. And then he wouldn't slap up David So, he won't slap up Dana White. Well, Dana White has a lot of power. And
Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Rose Namajunas. How you like that for pronunciation? Suck on them balls. I'm getting better.
And I mean, the dude has like such a weird speech impediment. He's pronouncing fucking Rose Namajunas as Rose Namajunas. And Joanna Jędrzejczyk or something like that. He doesn't even take the time to try to learn the pronunciations of the words that he's trying to pronounce. And he's supposed to be this respected MMA. He's not respected. Nobody likes the guy. So he's not respected. The only reason people watch his videos is because of the rub that he got from Rogan. That's literally the only reason. Like, and it does kind of rub some people the wrong way because we kind of feel like we have to work hard for the positions that we even get to, and he is able to just bypass every type of restriction, every type of barrier. He got over those barriers because Joe Rogan handed him his career on a silver platter to where he doesn't have to even put any effort. He can just come. Well, I mean, he does have to put some type of effort in, actually. I take that back. But the amount of effort that he's put in, and the amount of work that he's put in, and the amount of success that he's got, it doesn't really correlate. The outlier, the other variable that's really adding to it and making him a success is the shine, the exposure that he got from being on the Joe Rogan Experience. He was on the podcast a lot, which means Joe definitely promoted Brendan Schaub to so many different eyeballs to where those people that watched the Joe Rogan Experience would then go and support Brendan's platform if they liked his, his not even that. It's just the fact that he's got the exposure to where so many other people know him. They're still gonna watch his videos because he may have some type of relevance to the point. You get what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I mean, this guy, it's really crazy how he's able to bypass everything. Actually, respected comedians that have been putting in so much work aren't even able to get any specials, and he can get a special just because of his name value and his influence that he's got from Joe Rogan. It does kind of rub me the wrong way a little bit. A little bit kind of makes me feel some type of way, but it is what it is. I don't think it's gonna last too long at this point because he's already failing as a comedian. He's not selling any tickets. He literally admitted, he said, "Oh, I just say I have COVID when only 30 people show up." And does he even pronounce the ad reads properly when he's doing his ad reads? He literally fumbles through the words and just does it quickly, and he doesn't even pronounce the words properly. Like he's stuttering and shit all the time. So he's scamming the ad company. What else is this guy doing? Like, what a piece of shit, man. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.